Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back to Andrew's Corner. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I got a lot to update you guys on. First things first, I finished my final draft, which, when you say final draft when you're writing, you know it's not going to be final. I've learned that the hard way. But I finished my most recent draft of my book, Paladin of the Black Dragon, and let me tell you, it was not easy. Like, again, like I said, like you never finish with your draft. Like you go back, you see like mistakes you made, you want to add more details and everything. But I'm pretty happy with the I'm pretty happy with the format the draft that I recently did. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some edits I'm going to do later. I'm having my friends look over it, my wife look over it, just to give me some pointers. You know, like if it matches, if it's good story beats, if I should add anything new to it. But that's a little bit of good news. I'm still not sure if I'm going to continue with the Dragon Paladin cosplay that I announced that I was going to do. I still have the mask, I still have the wings, the tail, and everything. I know that I have to, kind of piece it together and everything. But after a while, it was getting really expensive. And last time I did a video, like we were going through like a lot of money issues. We were trying to save up and everything, which I'm pretty happy that it's pretty much resolved now. Like I got a raise for work, and we're definitely living a little bit more comfortably and everything. Not to brag about it or anything, but definitely a lot better than it was beforehand. Like I still might. I mean, we still have a lot of projects we're doing. We're building a swing set for my daughter outside. We still want to, like renovate a couple things, a couple bathrooms here, and we also got trips that we want to plan for too. So like there might be a little bit of wiggle room. Like I might be able to. I don't know if I want to. I feel like I should though, because I know I wanted to. I think I should. I will eventually. It's just not the priority right now, but one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this video and post it today is I really wanted to gush about my trip to Chicago. Last Saturday, I went to Chicago to Flashback Weekend, the horror convention. It was my first convention ever, and let me tell you, that was quite an experience. My I went with my friend. I went with my friend Liz, and we got there a little bit late. But like instead of worrying about it, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna get there when we get there. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna meet the people who I want to meet, and that's that." So trying to find a parking lot was like crazy. It was nuts. We had to like go a couple blocks down and walk in the sun, which is like, oh gosh, I'm gonna be sweaty. Like, are people gonna like think I'm smelly or whatever? It's like when you go to a con, make sure you apply a lot of deodorant. You definitely don't want to be that guy who like has nasty bo. Trust me. But this was my first con ever, and definitely anxiety provoking because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it was, but overall, it was a pretty amazing experience. And like I said, I went with my friend Liz, and I wanted to meet the Terrifier cast, Lauren LaVera, David Howard Thornton, Damian Leone. I wanted to meet him, and they even had a couple other horror icons, which I was amazed were there. Kane Hodder, one of the original Jasons, Ken Kirzinger from Freddy vs. Jason, and Danielle Harris from Halloween 4, 5, and Rob Zombie's reboot, and and they had a lot of other people like Joe Dante, Dee Wallace, which I kind of wanted to meet, but I wanted to prioritize like the Terrifier cast, Kane Hodder, Ken Kirzinger, Danielle Harris, and just to see where that goes. And oh wow, I it was a anxiety provoking like entering the convention center, because I didn't know like where the line was. It moved along pretty fine, and you get to the ballroom and you see all the vendors, and you walk through and you like see the tables. Like I walk by David Howard Thornton and just like, oh my god, Art the Clown is right there, and I look over on this side and Freddy, Robert Englund is right there, and whenever Robert Englund's anywhere, like they don't want anybody taking pictures, they don't want anybody taking video, which I think it played into like the area where the Terrifier cast was, because usually when I see like videos of them like getting like fans getting interviews, when I see fans getting autographs and pictures with them, usually it seems like they're okay. They're pretty lax on their phones, but this time, like, it was definitely not okay. So keep that in mind if you ever decide to go to Flashback Weekend next year. But I prioritized seeing Lauren LaVera first because I think she's definitely one of my favorite scream. She's definitely one of my favorite scream queens in the most recent years. She was amazing in Terrifier 2, giving Sienna Shaw, her character, such vulnerability and strength. I tell you, she takes a beating in that movie. Like, good fucking God. Sorry if I'm swearing, but good God, like Art the Clown is a legit horror villain, like good gravy, But Lauren Lavera gave her like a strength and resilience and such relatability too. Like that's another amazing thing. Sometimes in movies like they make them too perfect, like too like just too perfect and everything, and it's like you got to make them relatable. Like she has problems, like she's grieving her dad, she's suffering from anxiety attacks, like that's something that's relatable. That's something that I could put myself in her watching it. And Terrifier 2, it was amazing. Terrifier 3, her acting like really excelled, like showcasing her trauma, her post-traumatic stress, but also her love for her family, trying to move on, but finding she can't really move on because damn it, that clown comes back. I'm not here to talk about those, but I waited in line, which I was a little surprised that it was very long, but not too much because, she's amazing. It was about 30 to 40 minutes waiting, and I felt bad for my friend waiting with me in line, but, she was willing to. I tried sneaking a little bit of. To be fair, I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to film my interaction with Lavera. I only thought this was only for Robert Englund, but you'll see in the video that I'll show later in here that no, that we weren't allowed. But
Hi. Oh, that's so great. I love that.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me.
oh man, like I couldn't believe it. I was so nervous. I was giddy. Like I thought like I was gonna faint. I couldn't believe I was in her presence. But I didn't want to be that kind of fan. But but typical of like any fan meeting your hero, I sort of stumbled over my words. I was nervous meeting her, but I loved how genuine and accommodating Lauren was. I told her that I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm really anxious. I'm really excited to meet you. She said it's okay. Take a breath. Enjoy your first con. I think she also said you're doing great, which I don't really think I was. She was probably just being nice. I have terrible anxiety, but she loved the custom shirt that I made for her character. Sienna is my hero, and she's holding the. I edited her holding Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, because I figured if any character is worthy, I feel Sienna Shaw is her character. I mean, it's amazing, like how great her character is. But anyway, I told her how much I really love her character, how much it inspires me. I gave her a personal thank you card. I went through various versions of it, which she seemed to like. I also made her custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards of her character. Used her like Valkyrie armor and her sword as like magic equip cards and all of that. And she said it reminded her of when she used to collect Pokemon cards. That's a nice little fact I didn't really know about her. But again, I really love how she takes the time with her fans to relate to them. Like that's something you don't really see with a lot of celebrities. Often, like they're just there for an appearance, yeah, whatever, self-absorbed, but she really seems to care about her fans, and I really enjoy that about her. And I also told her that, her performance inspired me to write the first book, Paladin of the Black Dragon. And I took a chance and I told her I was going to dedicate it to her. And and she seemed, like honored by that. She said, I love that I'm inspiring other people to make their art. And, like that's something else that I really enjoy about her. Like she seems really, really interested in the arts. And that was just great. That was an amazing interaction. And I kind of I kind of don't really remember like my interaction as much. You know, it was like a blur. I felt like I probably should like manage my anxiety a little bit more next time I interact with people. But it was amazing. You know, like she gave me an autograph, which I wanted it personalized, but I forgot to tell her that. I was just again like overwhelmed, very anxious in the moment, and took a picture together. Which I don't know if this is weird, but I actually got it framed right here. It's definitely an amazing. And don't worry, I have lots of other photographs of my wife and daughter. Like I'm not looking at it like, oh my gosh, we're in love, we're dating. It's like no. It's just nice to have like a little bit of memento, meeting my hero, and I just really love like having that there. And it was really amazing seeing her. After her, I met Ken Kirzinger. He signed my Freddy vs. Jason DVD, posed for a picture. I met Kane Hodder, which was amazing. I actually geeked out in front of him. I just exploded like, Kane effing Hodder. Which at first I thought, okay, that's a little too much. Everybody else is like, huh, what? But he was just like, he seemed to appreciate, hey, like that's a fan for you. He signed my hockey mask that I got for my special edition, collector's edition, Friday the 13th set, and you know that's an amazing. Like I think I got it. Is it? Can't really see it back there. It's right back there. But that was amazing getting his signature, getting a picture, and right over next to him, Danielle Harris was at the table, which I couldn't believe Danielle Harris didn't have as many people lined up. I mean, to be fair, maybe people have already seen her, like maybe they got her earlier in the day, but Scream Queen royalty. Like she's like a top tier. I would say like right up there with Lauren LaVera. So it's like, what the heck, people? But she was really nice. You know, like I told her how her movies got me interested in the Halloween series and posed for a little picture, and you know, like she was really nice too. And Damien Leone. I forgot to tell you. Like right after I met Ken Kirzinger, he was right. He was right next to David Howard Thornton, and there was just something about Damon Leone that I really respect. That he not only is he taking multiple jobs as the writer, director, the visual effects artist for the Terrifier films and everything, but I love that he fights for his own vision. You know, like his independent company. You know, like his creative. Movie units are, you know, basically like a big family. You know, like I really respect that. You know, like he has his own vision. You know, as a creative artist, you know, sort of myself, not to his level, but I think collectively, pardon me, collectively as artists, we want our own vision. Every now and then, you know, you might have to sell to studios. You know, like other people might have influences of like, oh, cut this scene out, or like, oh, that's too much. Like you kind of have to fight for your own vision. I really respect that about him. He was really nice and friendly, and I think he's definitely one of my favorite directors now. I mean, his movies are very much. I mean, if you haven't seen the Terrifier series, be warned, they're intense. You know, but you know, maybe that's something you like. It. We're all sickos who really enjoy blood and guts, but so that was fun. And I was a little disappointed that I wasn't able to meet David Howard Thornton. I wasn't able to get his autograph or picture. I remember I waited in line for him, and then they started putting up ropes, and that's when he was getting ready for doing the photo ops with fans, where he's dressed up as Art the Clown in the Santa outfit. People got like VIP access for that. They told me he would come back at 4, which we were leaving before that, so it's like kind of disappointing. But you know, I didn't let it get me down. I figured next con I go to, I'm definitely going to get his. And Elliot Fulham, I think his name is, Sienna's brother, Jonathan. I didn't get his autograph. He was right next to us. He was right next to Lauren LaVera, and it's like, yeah, I probably should go for them. But I really wanted to prioritize who I was seeing. I wanted to try to get Joe Dante's autograph. Wasn't able to get his. I wasn't able to see Dee Wallace, but but I was able to see, I was able to meet Krsy Fox from Terrifier 3. She was very nice. I went to her table and her daughter came up to her and said hi. It was like, I thought that was cute. Her seeing there with her mom and everything. She was really nice, talked about the opening scene, the gore effects, and I told her how it's crazy how like disturbing that opening scene is, like watching your family get torn to pieces and then get killed. It's crazy how you like go into that disturbing state, but also like, hey, it's fiction and everything. So it was really nice meeting her and getting her autograph. And I ended everything with getting James A. Janisse and Chelsea's autograph from Dead Meat, the Kill Count, the YouTube series on here. Shout out to you guys. They were really nice, really cool. In hindsight, I wish I would have gotten a picture instead of the autograph. The autograph was cool, but I kind of wish, man, I probably should have got a picture, to commemorate it a bit. Yeah. It's still nice meeting them, like telling them now every time I say dinosaur, I gotta say dinosaur. Kind of like James A. Janisse and his Jurassic Park kill count and everything. Moving on to autographs and gifts. Show you guys. Here's my autograph from Lauren Sienna, her in the angel costume right there, Lauren LaVera. I laughed a little bit because like not only did I get like it directed, not directed, not only did I ask for, I forgot to ask for it to be personalized to me, to Andrew, but down there I thought she wrote to, and I'm like, to who? But I realized it's an XO. It's like, oh, okay. Like it's still amazing. Like she wrote in green instead of silver, like I wanted. But again, I was in like kind of an anxious daze. Like everything just kind of like went like a blur, and it's just like I kind of go with it. But next time it'll be different. Next up is Damien Leone's autograph. This is him with Art the Clown, which kind of commemorative, but again, like it was really nice, and it was awesome like meeting him and all of that. Next up is Krsy Fox from Terrifier 3, right here. That's pretty awesome. And last but not least, James A. Janisse and Chelsea from Fresh Meat, from the Fresh Meat Dead Meat kill count. Be good people and let's get scared together. That was pretty awesome. But this is Kane Hodder's autograph. He wrote to Andrew and emphasized that he was Jason from This is where he emphasized he was Jason from 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is pretty awesome. Like, well, probably like my favorite personalized autograph from them. And I tell you, the whole thing was quite surreal. And oh, I almost forgot. These are stickers I got. Actually, Liz got them for me. Shout out to her. That she got me while I was waiting in line for some of the other people, and I like that they're Sienna, and I haven't decided what to put them on. Maybe I'll put them on like a Yeti drink. Maybe I'll just keep them, as they are. That way I don't have to throw them out or anything. But yeah, overall that was my experience at Flashback Weekend. I was so stoked to meet them all: Lauren LaVera, Damien Leone, Kane Hodder, Ken Kirzinger, Danielle Harris, Krsy Fox, and James A. Janisse and Chelsea. Really amazing meeting them. Again, I wish I could have met David Howard Thornton. I wish I could have got his autograph and picture. Wish I could have met Elliot Fulham and Joe Dante. I wish he was able to autograph my Gremlins DVD, but next time, that's what's going to happen. You're going to meet some, you might not be able to meet any of the others, but make sure you bring money. Like they really do highlight, cash only at the vendors for autographs, and probably excuse me, probably a little bit more than $500. I know it's pretty steep, but if you want autographs, if you want pictures, they can get pretty pricey, especially for the amount of guests that they have at these cons. I only had like $20 left without like money for food and all that stuff. So I'm pretty satisfied with everything that happened. Although I also wish I could have gotten a good shirt and everything, but I was prioritizing the autographs and the pictures. But next time it's probably better to like focus on pictures like in addition to the autographs. If you can get combos, that'd be great. That's why I was really disappointed that I missed out on Elliot Fulham's autograph, because his autographs are like $40 and the selfie like comes with it. Sometimes they charge differently for just the selfie or the combination, but like that's a really cool perk in meeting him. And but yeah, that's my experience. It was amazing. I definitely encourage you guys to try to go to a con if you haven't gone to, especially Chicago. Like that one's a good one, but maybe there are others I can go to. Hopefully ones that are close by, maybe Indianapolis, maybe Ohio. I mean, who's to say? We'll see. But that's my experience, and take care of yourselves out there.